Hi there folks, I'm Gene of RPG and welcome back to more MS Saga A New Dawn. Last time, we made the Rick Diaz, which is a very critical player in our team at the moment. And then we had to escape from the G-System 04 as Colonel Actor ambushed us. But we were saved by Fritz, who has returned, magically having gotten over his fear problems. And he returned in a mobile suit, the Full Armor Gundam. The Full Armor Gundam is kind of like the inverse of the regular Gundam. It's not as good as the regular Gundam, though, funny enough. It's gonna seem better, mainly because it's at level 9, as opposed to the level 0 Gundam. But it is a range-focused mobile suit. That said, it is abysmally slow. It is so freaking slow. And that's a pity. But it does come with some pretty potent things. That said, Fritz told us that we should go to the Unicorn HQ, so let's do that. Also, this is our first time showing this. You cannot auto-drive to places west of the abandoned village, so we can't auto-drive to Marie's place, Angelia, Port Marley, any of those. You can only go to the abandoned village or the Unicorn HQ. In this case, we're just going to auto-drive to Unicorn HQ. And we made the Gundam Mark II. We should probably report that to Olivia. Plus, Fritz said something special has landed here. Hey, guys. So, why don't... Hey, Fritz. The enemies around here are really tough. We'd better upgrade our mobile... Yeah, no. At least not yet. Olivia! G-System number 4 is way to the south of the Unicorn's HQ. The enemies around here are really strong, so be careful when you head out. But I'm back. I've already head out. I'm using the Gundam Mark II. Olivia? Yeah, so for whatever reason, they didn't expect you to just auto-drive back to Unicorn HQ, because something does happen when you walk your way back to Unicorn HQ, but if you auto-drive, you bypass it. Not that it's a big deal, and this is fine because I need to buy more Rick Diaz data anyway. Because, well, we're going to make another Rick Diaz. As I've mentioned, I want 2 of them. Because they're just that good. And so, there we go. Jeez, expensive. But there we go. I've purchased the Rick Diaz data, and so, folks, I'm going to go back to the G-System 04... or number 4, and I'm gonna make a Rick Diaz, and I will see you guys there. Alright, I tell ya, it's so much faster now that we have Invisible, because I didn't get into a single encounter the whole way here. Anyway, we made the second Rick Diaz. We're going to go ahead and escape for now, because we're not going to encounter anything on our way back to Unicorn HQ, because we have Invisible! Yay! And we've already seen all these enemies, so I don't feel any need to fight them at this point in time. But yeah, you can't auto-drive to Unicorn HQ. You have to walk back. And that's because as you walk back, you'll see... What is that? Wait, don't tell me. Surprised you, huh? Of course I'm surprised. What's Vargas's Ga doing out here? And it's a mess. We came to help you. But we ran into some, resistance from the Eisengrad army. Well, maybe he's got a little good in him after all. Oh, I definitely think he does, but, I mean... So you flew over here on the Ga. Now I get it. That's right. Yeah, you find out that the Ga is there. And in case you're wondering, if you hug this mountain as you walk past, you will not actually trigger that scene. I love this song. Although it's not my favorite song. We'll be hearing my favorite song in the whole game, this part. Tristan, you're alright! Glad to hear it. How has everyone been? We should be asking you that. Fritz said your GA got shot down. Well, yeah, I mean, look at it. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. We came to help you, but we're indeed shot down. As you can guess, a bunch of grounded sky pirates aren't much help at all. What? Hey! Ah! How's it hanging, Vargas? Haven't seen you in ages. Do you two know each other? Do we know each other? We go way back. That's right, birds of a feather, him and me. So what are you doing with Tristan here? You know, I was just doing my thing, yada yada yada, and here I am. Oh, no you don't. You're not going to yada yada your way out of an explanation. You were a general in the Dark Alliance. Really? Now that's something. You're all friends now, though, right? Well, I guess you could say that. Like I said, old Bosley and I go way back. True, he's a scoundrel through and through, but he's no bad guy. I'll bet someone tricked you into joining the Dark Alliance, didn't they? He's not too quick on the uptake, see? You got me, Vargas. When you're right, you're right. I've been meaning to ask you, what happened to that Gavinger guy? Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. How come Gavinger isn't with you? He what? Spit it out. He died, that's what. You asshole. Gavinger's dead. Are you serious? Oh, man. Nah, he can't be dead. Tell me you're kidding. I wish we were, but it's true. Tristan told the others what had happened, the circumstances of Gavinger's death, and why he died for them. But why? Why did he have to die? I know it's tragic, but we don't have time to mourn his loss. We have to fight. The entire world is in danger, right? That's right. We have a job to do. Curse this war. It's costing too much. So, what will you do now? We're looking for a mobile suit called the Zeta Gundam. Gavinger wanted us to find it. The Zeta Gundam? That's right. It'll help us take on Vladdy Zarth. I see. Alright, I'll help you. But if we're going to take on Vladdy Zarth, we'll need to repair the GA. Any ideas how we can do that? Nah, that'll never work. There's a lady named Olivia at the Unicorn headquarters. She might know a way. The Unicorn headquarters? We may have hope yet. Woo! And with that, Vargas rejoins our party. Alright then, let's play this Olivia a visit. You know, I bet Vargas would like Olivia. So, Vargas rejoined our party in a Kempfer. Yes, the sniper rejoined our party in a melee mobile suit. No, it makes sense, I swear. But yeah, he rejoined us in a Kempfer. The Kempfer is a melee mobile suit, as I've mentioned before. And, yeah, it's actually pretty good. Little weaker, I think, than the Gundam. I might be wrong about that. It might actually be better. It's hard to tell. They're pretty close together. The thing is, it is much faster than the Gundam. Much faster. Although I will say, it is funny that the Kempfer is here, but not the Alex, because those are the two that usually go together. The Alex being from Gundam 0080, War in the Pocket. We can repair here, which, that's good to know. We might need to do that, and by might, I mean we will. There's also stuff you can purchase here. Not really a whole lot to talk about at this point in time, and nothing I want to buy, but I should make mention of a couple of things. First off, this is the only place where you can purchase the large beam cannon. The large beam cannon will no longer be for sale later, because this place doesn't stay, after all. This is also the only place where you can purchase the double beam gun. The double beam gun is an arm-mounted gun that also adds 15 to armor. It's got 120 attack power, so it's actually pretty powerful at this point. And a little more fun trivia for you. It is the most powerful arm-mounted gun that you can purchase that doesn't make it to where you can't equip regular firearms. There are more powerful arm-mounted weapons, but if you have them equipped on the right arm, well, then you can't equip other firearms. So you may want to purchase some. You may want to purchase some of those. Over here is a hacking tool, very nice. I want to say there's some more treasure though. Ah, a smoke bomb, very nice. No, that wasn't sarcastic. I was being quite serious. Smoke bombs are amazing in this game. Is there anything over here? There's got to be something. There's got to be. Maybe not. Okay. I like that they put a fence around here. Over here is an ECAP S, which is great because we need them. We need to get to 40, after all. Because for some reason I was mistaken and thought it was 30. But we're at 32, so it's not like we're that far off. But yeah, there's some stuff you can purchase here. Not really anything that we need. Did I talk to you too? Right here is a standard shop. They have the basic stuff. We don't need to purchase any of that. We're almost to the next major shopping point in the game, is the thing. But we should probably rest up and repair. Alright, at this point, though, I think we're pretty good. Let's go ahead and continue on our way to Unicorn HQ. As I was saying, though, we're almost to the second major shopping point in the game, and we're actually going to be reaching that point in this part. And so we're going to need all the money we can get, because it's probably the one that we're going to need to actually money farm for. But we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. Tristan, keep your distance! What is it, Olivia? The Eisengrad army has occupied Unicorn headquarters. What? Why would they do that? We can talk later. The point is, you're in danger here. There's no time to explain. Find a man named Estona in the town of Diggins Rock. He should be willing to help you. Diggins Rock is on the east coast of this continent. Now hurry, you can't come here. So yeah, after you encounter Vargas and whatnot, you cannot actually go to Unicorn HQ. In case you didn't auto-drive to get the second set of Rick Diaz data, don't worry, you can actually purchase the data in Diggins Rock. It's a further walk if you do that. Which is why I decided to do it the way I did. Plus, I wanted to show off that you can you can bypass encountering Vargas, and you'll find yourself unable to progress. I find that humorous. Oh boy, but here we go. New enemies. Full Guard Zakus. Ugh. Okay, so Full Guard Zakus are immune to ranged and melee weapons. How do you kill them? You gotta use techniques. Specifically bombers, grenades. I think Bit will do it too. And I've already talked about shot killers. Really, the Full Guard Zakus are mostly just there to be annoying, and they're pretty darn good at it. And unfortunately, we can't actually do a whole lot about it other than just spam bomber at them, because, well, we're not set up to. It'd be so much faster if Fritz had high bomber, like Bosley. Or if we still had Gavinger and Bosley together, that'd be great. Gosh, that would be amazing. But we're almost to Diggins Rock. This strange underground thing is Diggins Rock. What's this place? It seems like people are living here. But it looks like a G system. No use guessing, let's go inside. Bosley's right, let's check it out. And this is my favorite song in the game. It's just so jazzy, I love it. Is Estona in here somewhere? I never enjoyed looking for anything but pretty girls before. Guess I've got no other choice now. All we know is his name. Let's split up and see what we can find out. Let's split up, gang. Yeah. But here we go. Diggins Rock. And like I said, this is my favorite song in the game. It's just so jazzy. Hey, Tremmy. What a far out place. It's like living inside a machine. So this facility was built before the Great Fall. Pretty amazing it survives. Hi, buddy. Pretty amazing, huh? This is Diggins Rock. It's a town populated by engineers, built inside an old Mega G system. Okay. I mean, that's pretty cool. Although Bosley is one of my favorites here. Hey, Tristan! The stairs are moving! What kind of crazy place is this? Yeah, they don't have escalators normally, so I guess that'd be pretty interesting, but I don't know, it makes me laugh. I like it. There is a lot of treasure here, as well as a lot of, well, not a lot of shops, but there are shops. Hi. The town of Diggins Rock is pretty new, you know. Young engineers come from afar to recreate the technologies of the pre-Great Fall era. Oh, good to know. Can you really say it's pretty new, though, if it's been around since before the Great Fall? Also boxes. Oh, hi there. This monitor displays telemetry from a reconnaissance satellite. Nothing to report right now, but sometimes we pick up really interesting info. You should drop by occasionally and check it out. That is a lie. It never changes. To my knowledge, it never changes. Okay, but enough screwing around, at least for right now. Although it's before I get to that, so I guess a little bit of screwing around. It's really hard to tell, but there is a chest up there, up above where Tristan is standing. We'll be getting that soon enough, but yeah, it's very interesting that you can see it from here, because there's no way to get it on this screen. Over here, though, is where the main shop that we're going to deal with is. And, oh boy, this shop has a lot of stuff. We're going to be basically fully upgrading our mobile suits at the... Well, I say fully upgrading, but that implies we're leveling them up. No, we're going to be purchasing much better equipment at this point. But let's go ahead and go down the list. First thing is first, the light shield. This is an almost as defensively potent shield as the Gundam shield for the same size. It takes a little bit less from speed, but I mean, 2 points of defense versus 2 points of speed. Usually the 2 points of defense comes out as more important. Not great, but not terrible, honestly. The Gundam 2 shield is much better. It has 5 more defense than the Gundam shield. It's a little bit bigger, but that 45 defense is great. It's going to be the new standard in defensive shields from here on. The Mega Cannon shield has a little less defense than the Gundam shield number 2. In that it has 40, the same as the Gundam shield. It is colossal by comparison, though. But it does have a built-in beam cannon in it. And the beam cannon itself is moderately powerful. I don't think this is worth it. It's just too big. But it is a shield that has a built-in weapon. Oh, the double beam gun. I'm sorry, I was mistaken. It's just the shoulder-mounted beam cannon that you cannot get that you cannot purchase outside of where the crash site is. You can still buy double beam guns, and I've already talked about them. Gatling cannons take less. They're huge, but they take less energy than the beam cannon that Fritz has, and that you can purchase from the Sky Pirates. But it only takes 3 energy, as opposed to the 4, I think. So it's actually pretty powerful. It also has heat inducing, so it's basically just a more potent version of the spray launcher. It's also a way bigger version of the spray launcher, which is a problem. The enhanced machine gun is a compact fairly potent machine gun. It's actually pretty useful for no more than how big it is. The giant bazooka Kai is, well, it's pretty potent. 168 attack power, 2 energy. It's pretty good. The only problem is it's very awkward. Like, much more awkward than it seems at first. I don't really recommend it, personally. The beam cannon, I think it's the same size as the large beam rifle, and it's slightly stronger, but it's a 3 energy cost weapon. I don't recommend this, mainly because we're going to be, without getting too far into it, very soon there's going to also be another shop, like very soon, that has a little more equipment, and something we can purchase there is going to be like 30 points more potent than this, and so I don't recommend wasting your money on the beam cannon. The Gundam 2 rifle is the new standard for beam rifle strength. It's slightly bigger than the regular beam rifle, slightly, in that it has one little square up above, but it's much more compact than another beam rifle that we can get access to at the same shop that I mentioned a moment ago when I was talking about the beam cannon. We're going to be purchasing probably 4 of these, maybe a little more. The Gundam Saber number 2. We're only going to be buying probably 1 of these. The only person who needs this is Tremi, but yeah, it's the new standard strength in melee weapons. 160 attack power. It's twice the size as the Gundam Saber, but it's much more powerful. The High Heat Hawk. This is going to be getting purchased for Tristan because it's 60 points stronger than the axe he's using. And it's really good. Really good. It's huge, but that doesn't really matter for Tristan. Then there's the Heat Naginata. I have a hard time recommending this. It's really big, as you can see. In fact, only 2 of our mobile suits can actually equip it. And it only adds 6 to defense, but it does have 175 attack power, which is more than the Gundam 2 Saber. Or the Gundam Saber number 2. I still don't really recommend it. But we'll see. Whether I get the Gundam Saber number 2 or the Heat Naginata will really depend on Tremi's other equipment setup because, well, she's the only character we have who would use the lance. And it's more of a size issue than anything. But that is the equipment that's here. There is also an item shop. This guy over here is who you can use to switch mobile suit set parts and whatnot, which I'll be doing that off screen. We're going to keep exploring Diggins Rock a little bit more, though, before we end off this part. And before we actually go and find a Stona. So over here is where you can use the lockpick. Yeah, it's been a little while since we've had to use that, but it's very much worth it, because in here is an attack upgrade kit. Option parts, Mind Barrier. That's a really important option part for later. And 2 restorative drinks, which are always nice. The Mind Barrier prevents any mental status conditions like terror, shock, confuse, or I think it's called daze in this game. Regardless, that's the big one, is daze. And so it's a really important option part. Back here is a Mini G system. This Mini G system has the double booster. This is the other town where you can make a double booster. As you can see. It's got basically the exact same stuff that you could make at the Unicorns HQ, save for the Perfect Guard. That said, the Perfect Guard takes 90 ECAP S's, and it's totally not worth it. We could make 2 double boosters, and then some, for 1 Perfect Guard. Not worth it. But because it's going to be a little while before we can actually go back to the Unicorn HQ, I figured I'd go ahead and show that you can make double boosters here. And that's what we'll be doing once we get 40 ECAP S's. Alright, but let's see. If we head over here, there's nothing. There's one more shop, and then there's treasure chests that I want to make sure we get. And then we're going to probably call it a part. Hi guys, how's it going? There's Vargas. Hi there. See that little girl over there? She's going to be a real looker when she grows up. I got a sense for these things. Make friends with her now and you're in for a treat later. Dude, that is very disturbing and disgusting. You sickwad. I'm sorry. No, that bothered. Oh, there's Aeon. This place is amazing, isn't it? A whole town built inside a G system. And there's a mini G system on one of the lower levels. I didn't know places like this still existed. Well, I mean, it's there. Why not use it? In case you're wondering, no, you cannot use their G system to make a mobile suit. That's not an option. This guy sells items, and you can purchase Rick Diaz data here, as I've mentioned. You can also buy regular mind guards, which have a 50% chance of resisting fear, stun, and daze. Really good option part to keep in mind of. You can also buy general purpose medicine, which is very nice. And also something to remember. I believe back here is some treasure. Right? No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of somewhere else. Oh, never mind. I know exactly what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of up here. Right? No. Okay. Well, regardless, here you can use the lockpick once again and get more stuff in ECAP S. That's great. 10 Bawu data. You might remember that you could get 10 other Bawu data from the underground tunnel that I opted to not get because I only need 50. Like 50 Bawu data. Because we're not going to actually use the Bawu. It is going to be entirely used for parts when I do make it. So, we don't need all the Bawu data in the game. That the game just gives you. Plus, you can buy it later. I believe the game gives you something like 80 total Bawu data in chests. So, that's just something to remember. In here is nothing. Hi. You'll find ruins from before the Great Fall to the northeast of Diggins Rock. It's a sprawling underground complex known as the Lost City. We don't know much about it, except that it was the place where the Great Fall began. That's important to remember, because if you need to grind for money, that's where we would be doing it. I'm not sure if we're going to need to grind for money. We probably will, because you may have noticed that things are kind of spendy. And we need to be upgrading our equipment. Over here is that chest that we saw at in the first area of Diggins Rock. And you get 2 hacking tools. We just got 3 hacking tools, which means we're back up to 10. We could probably go back to the underground tunnel and get those chests if I really cared, but I don't. The only thing I'd go back for is maybe the Bawu data, and that's something I'm going to remember for the future. In fact, I might do that off screen. If I do, I will tell you guys. In here, because I know we stepped in here briefly, but in here is where the inn is for resting and all that jazz. It's kind of spendy, though. Although the prices have been going up, and it's not like 240 credits is very much, admittedly. But anywho, folks, I'm going to be doing my purchases and whatnot off screen. But before we end this part off, because next time we're going to find Estona and get the show on the road. Before we end this part off, I want to go ahead and show you that we're going to actually use our upgrade kits on the Gundam Mark II, because we're going to be using the Gundam Mark II for a really long time. So we're going to just use them all on it. It's now level 13 Gundam Mark II, and as you can see, it made a pretty big difference. Its stats are now quite good. And I do recommend you do that, because like I said, we're going to be using the Mark II for a really long time. Anywho, I'm going to do my purchases and whatnot off screen, and then I'll go over what I bought next time on MS Saga: A New Dawn. I'm Gene of RPG, and I'll see you guys then.